Hi students, good morning. Today I am continuing the lesson sound, and in my today's class I am explaining about how sound is being produced. The question comes, after all, coming to know the importance of the sound, and without the sound it is highly impossible for us to lead the life. After coming to know all of these things about the importance of the sound, so the next question comes is how the sound is being produced. How the sound is actually produced in our day-to-day life. The basic reason for the production of the sound is that, through the vibrations. Any object or anything or any living or non-living object, when it start to vibrate or when it is made to vibrate, so then only the sound is being produced. So here, for one more question, how sound is being produced. The answer should be written like this: the sound is being produced by a vibrating body. The sound is being produced by a vibrating body. Any metallic or any of the substances, when it is made to vibrate or when it starts to vibrate by any other external force, so then it produces the sound, and whatever that is sound that is produced by the vibrations, so that travels through some distance in the form of the waves, and this I have explained in my yesterday class. And next is, for the examples for this one is that the first example is striking a stainless steel pan. Any stainless steel pan from your kitchen room of your house, if you take it, and when you strike so that stainless steel pan with a hammer, so then that stainless steel pan start to give the vibrations, and through that vibrations the same stainless steel pan produces the sound. And the second one, plucking the rubber band. I think all of you saw the rubber bands, and a stretched rubber band one, if you pluck it with a finger, so that rubber band produces the vibrations, and those vibrations only gives the sound or produces the sound. And third one, vibrating dish produces the waves in water. Here in the third example, it is said that you take a water in a stainless steel dish, so that if you beat it that stainless steel dish with a hammer or with a wooden stick, so that dish start to vibrate. That stainless steel dish start to vibrate and produce the waves in water, and this is visible. So whatever the waves produced in water in a dish, so that is visible. And those are called as vibrations, and those vibrations only produces the sound. And whatever sound produced, so that sound travels through certain distance in the form of the waves. And the fourth example is that most of the musical instruments produce the tunes of their own kind or of their own time through the vibrations. Whatever the musical instruments that we saw, that the musicians will play, tabla, harmonium, sitara, and those musical instruments, those produces their own kind of the sound. So that is through the vibrations only. That is through the basic reason for that one is the vibrations only. So this is how the sound is being produced. The sound is being produced by the vibrations. The reason for the vibrations, it may be purposefully or it may be unintentionally. And next concept that today I am explaining is that how the sound is produced in the humans. In my yesterday class I have told you, here I the person making the sound, so I am producing the sound and you people are the listeners. Then in me, how the sound is being produced. The same is case with all the human beings, how the sound is being produced in the human beings. So here it is said that in science, in the humans we have an organ exactly in the middle region of the throat. The middle region of of the windpipe. Upper part of the, exactly upper part of the windpipe. So that organ is the voice box. That organ is called as the voice box or the larynx. Voice box or the larynx. It is said that the voice box in our body is a muscular organ and it is in the shape of the square. It is in the shape of the square. It is a muscular organ. It is just like a box, voice box. And purely scientifically it is called as larynx, L-A-R-Y-N-X. And the voice box, so called as a larynx, it is exactly located in the upper part of the windpipe. And it has two vocal cords. Next question comes, how the structure of the voice box or the larynx? This voice box or so called as a larynx, it has two vocal cords in it. Two vocal cords in it. And those two vocal cords are muscular membrane. Generally we call as a muscular membrane. Two vocal cords are the two muscular membranes. Those are stretched. Those are stretched in the middle part of the voice box or the larynx. So like this. If we taken into account of this as a voice box, and these two are the whatever we call as a two vocal cords. Vocal cords, and this is larynx. Larynx and two vocal cords. These are the muscular membranes and stretched in the whatever the middle part of the voice box. And next question comes, if this is the structure of the voice box or the larynx, how the sound is actually produced? As I said, this larynx or the voice box, it is located in the upper part of the windpipe. So here comes the windpipe, and this connects. This goes to the lungs. Whatever this connection, this goes to the lungs. And when we start to respire, so whatever the air, we take the oxygen, we inhale the oxygen and exhale the carbon dioxide. This factor is well known for us. And when the air or while air is passing through this voice box, also called as the larynx. So these vocal cords, because of the force of the air, these starts to vibrate. Vocal cords start to vibrate about their mean positions. Vocal cords. And when these vocal cords starts to vibrate because of the passage of the air from the lungs to the outside, or from outside to the inside the lungs, because of the passage of the air, so vocal cords starts to give the vibrations about their mean positions. And as I already told you, and because of these vibrations of the vocal cords, sound is being produced in us in the sense in the human beings. So this is how the actual mechanism of the sound production in case of the human beings. And another one thing that is well known for us that all of us will not produce the same kind of the sounds. Whatever the elders they produce their own kind of the sounds, and whatever the kids of below the 10 years they produce their own kind of the sounds, and the youngsters they whatever tunes of the sounds of the youngsters, so that is also different. And whatever the tune of the women and the girls, when we observe carefully or when we listen carefully, the tunes may differ from the boys to girls, men to women, and aged people, and with the kids. And what is the actual reason for the differentiation of the tunes in case of the human beings? So the reason is that depends upon the length of the vocal cord, and strength of the vocal cords, and depends upon the vibrations these vocal cords will give. How much vibrations these will give, and what is the length of the vocal cords. So depending upon the vocal cords, whatever the tunes of the production of the sound, it may differ from one person to the another person. In case of the kids, underdevelopment, and because of that reason, so their tunes of sound is very less. And in case of the youngsters, when we observe the sound of the youngsters, it is very hard, just because in the youngsters these vocal cords are completely developed and very strengthful. And in case of the aged people, whatever the tune of the sound production, it is not all clear. It is not all clear, totally unclear, just because these vocal cords of, in case of the aged people, of lesser strength, very weak. And because of the lesser strength of the vocal cords, the whatever the sound production in case of the aged people, it is very less. And because this is the reason for the different tunes of the sounds production in different people. And this is how the sound produced by the humans. The main organ here in the humans is voice box of the larynx, and it is located in the upper part of the windpipe, and it has mainly two vocal cords. So these are the muscular membranes. And in case of the dumb people, in case of the deaf and dumb people, so the main reason of the people, some of the people unable to talk, so the reason is that these vocal cords are not all fully developed. These vocal cords are not all completely developed, or these vocal cords in some of the people, so they may damage. And because of the damaged vocal cords, some people are unable to produce the clear sounds. And in the same way, all the birds and animals, they produce the sound of their own kind. So with this, I will complete my today's class. And in the today's class, I have explained how the sound is being produced, and the examples, and how the sound is produced in the human beings, and whatever things or whatever the concepts today I have discussed on this. Many 1 mark questions, 2 mark questions, and 3 mark questions will come in the examination, and be perfect in these concepts. Thank you.